was the nanny's first day on the job, but the man immediately threw her onto the bed. The nanny, trying to protect her dignity, could only cry and struggle. Her cries, however, attracted the daughter from the next room. The daughter, upon seeing this scene, immediately wanted to go tell her mother. The man, in a panic, rushed to stop her. But in the next moment, the daughter ran out onto the street and, unable to dodge in time, was hit by a speeding car. The terrified nanny wanted to call the police, but the man, fearing his misdeeds would be exposed, stopped her. He even stood there, watching his daughter slowly lose her life. By the time his wife arrived at the scene, the daughter had already passed away. The grieving mother swore to make those responsible for her daughter's death pay. A few months later, the man mysteriously died that night. According to the coroner, the man died from poisoning after drinking the soup his wife had made. This incident had a highly negative impact, so much so that if convicted, the woman would face the death penalty. In court, the judge asked the woman if she pleaded guilty, but the woman calmly replied that she was innocent. However, that night, despite so many dishes being served, the woman specifically didn't drink the soup. How could this be explained? The woman replied that it was high-quality black-bone chicken, and she, being of humble origin, wasn't worthy of drinking such a soup. After all, that was the rule in their family. The judge, puzzled, asked who had set this rule. The woman then bluntly pointed out that it was her mother-in-law, but the mother-in-law accused the woman of lying. She then provided her own version of events. The woman had been an orphan with a reclusive personality since childhood. 10 years ago, the mother-in-law kindly took her in, only for the woman to become ungrateful. As she grew older, the woman's temperament became even stranger. Just because the cat her mother-in-law kept had a strange smell, the woman ended up killing it. The kind-hearted mother-in-law, wanting to care for her better, arranged for her eldest son to marry the woman. 5 years later, the woman had a child. However, the woman became addicted to gambling and no longer cared about her daughter. One day, when the mother-in-law went out, she left the woman at home to watch the child, but the woman sneaked out to play cards again. This led to the granddaughter wandering onto the street unsupervised, resulting in the tragic incident that year. Yet, the woman still showed no remorse. She even confronted her husband about why he had frozen her bank card, but the husband was only trying to help, as the woman had already incurred millions in gambling debts. Seeing that her husband refused to give her money, in desperation, the woman went to a local jewelry exhibition and stole some items. After the theft was exposed, the furious husband filed for divorce, but the woman, wanting to take over the man's assets, poisoned the man's chicken soup. And that's how all this happened. The mother-in-law's account riled up the audience, and they all began shouting for the woman to be sentenced to death. But then the presiding judge produced a $20 million gambling debt slip because the name on the debtor line was clearly the mother-in-law's. The crowd gasped in shock, eyes wide, watching this dramatic turn of events. But that wasn't all. The judge then brought out a psychological evaluation report. The report indicated that the mother-in-law had an extreme antisocial personality disorder. This revelation shocked everyone in the courtroom. The woman then tearfully cried out that she could never have killed her own husband, and that the real culprit who killed her daughter was her mother-in-law.